Got ice all on my neck. Ice, ice. It glisten when the sun goes down. It's diamonds on my neck.
What it do, man? It's your boy Frederick TV. You are now turning into Reverse the Culture TV. Let's talk about it. Got a specific subject I want to speak on. And that is the state of hip hop. At this point, man, like the lines are so blurred between Christian hip hop and secular hip hop and secular R&B and Christian R&B. It's ridiculous. I'm not here to diss nobody. I'm definitely not here to bash anybody. I'm definitely not here to judge anybody. Just here to get a few things clarified and verified. You feel me? Like, in no way, shape, form, or fashion is this channel, nor this podcast, or whatever you want to call it, here to bash any artist, to disrespect any artist. We here simply for the facts, the truth, and utmost the upliftment of one another for one cause. And I just want to talk about the simple fact of you have a lot of Christian hip hop artists now denying the fact that they're Christian hip hop artists. Now they don't want to be known as Christian hip hop artists. And I make music myself, and at one point I felt a certain type of way in that direction because I felt like you don't have to define yourself to be who you are. Later I started feeling kind of differently. Like, it was just like, am I a Christian? Do I consider myself a Christian? Because even when I was running the streets and doing wrong and just being in a negative light, I always had myself, considered myself having a connection with God. Like, I've always been the person that's never been scared or ashamed to talk about God, no matter how much I had going on, what I had going on. And it's just like, I see a lot of, I don't know. The best way to explain it is so many Christian artists seem like they're trying to fit in with the secular world. I don't know if that's a fact. It seems like that's the fact. I don't see why, if you're being yourself, you have to fit in with anything, because when you stay humble and you be yourself, people are going to surround you because of the light that you bring. Now, I'm not God. I'm not trying to be God. I'm just simply wanting to know for myself because I would like to know the truth. As far as the music go, I feel, and I do definitely agree with a lot of people, music is definitely going in a horrible direction as far as rap music, as far as definitely the southern culture of rap music. Simply for the fact the content it gets worse and worse by the minute. It definitely gets worse and worse by the minute. And really, I just want to just highlight a few things for myself, for you guys, and just let's expand on it. And feel free in the comments to leave any information, to fill me in, or just leave your opinions, because that's what my platform is for. This is a free form, freehand platform. I'm open to everybody's ideas and how they feel about things, because if you don't talk, you can't discover, you can't learn. So we have to communicate with each other. I want to start off with saying that, man, the females are just doing too much with the music. Like, y'all heard that song. Y'all definitely heard that song. I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. Y'all know the rest. That song is horrible, and it's like, females are really out here. Girls that I grew up with, you know what I'm saying, are really out here teaching their daughters this way of life, this lifestyle. And I'm finna go to a subject and I'm gonna show you how it reflects with the music as I go into it. But I wanna start with the how do I say this? Uh uh the opinions of women against other women. You'll have a female who will talk bad about the way a female moves, but she's moving in the same light, but just because she works a 9 to 5 or quote unquote takes care of her kids and handles her responsibilities, it makes her different. No, you move in the exact same way. Perfect example. I was having an argument with a female, and she was sitting back and she had the audacity to talk bad about a 304. If y'all don't know what a 304 is, a lady of the night, a prostitute, whatever you want to call it, and strippers. She was downgrading them for stripping or their employment choices to keep it, from getting hit with a guideline. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, but she sits up and uses her body for the same advances, except she does it in the form of you have to pay her bills. You have to take care of her kids. You have to take her here. You have to do this. You have to spend your money. But she will sit up and talk about the next woman the same way. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Because in retrospect, and in my opinion, uh, with what she said, I have more respect for the 304 and the stripper because that is their business. That is their job. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not God. But you don't know what that woman has been through or going through. Now, when I say I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. Of course, certain things are wrong, but I'm not judging because I'm not God. Let's get that clear. I know a lot of these women take advantage of certain situations like it, and I'm not condoning it in a certain sense. But at the same time, I know a lot of women that have been in this lifestyle because of something they went through. They was young, and they've been doing this since they was young. Therefore, that's all they know. But they're also nurses. They're also in college. They're also taking care of kids. And I'm not making an excuse for any sin involved. All I'm saying is, why would I talk down on this person and then respect you in the same light as if it's a different light? Understand what I'm saying? So in retrospect with the music, it's a lot of females talking about other females because of the music they make, but they're making the same music in a different light. Therefore, it's all the same music. And I'm sorry, but it's all trash. It's all garbage. For you to sit up, I don't care if you're singing it. That's a lot of the problem. Like a lot of women are condone one thing and the other because it's in a different form. Like just because you singing it and not rapping it doesn't make it okay. Like my cousin Keisha made an excellent point off of something I thought I knew I was talking about because I really don't listen to a lot of these females. But I was comparing a certain female artist to another female artist, and she was like, "That's not right, fam, because she's talking about the exact same thing. She doesn't do it in the same way." And I was like, "Damn, you right." So it's just like when it comes to the females in the music, like my view on it is very critical because as far as music goes in general, I like substance. I love music with a message. I listen to a lot of the new artists. Yeah, I do because they have a lot of them got good production. A lot of them music just it makes you want to move. Like if you can make me move, I'm going to bop to you a little bit. I mean, just like everybody else. But as far as just what I want to hear, what I want to feed into my spirit, feed myself, something to listen to and feast on as far as my focus in my day, I gotta have substance. And when I say that, I'm not sitting here acting like I strictly listen to Christian. Notice I did this. I'm gonna get to that. Christian artists, because a lot of Christian artists are all different than secular artists. With that being said, we are no different from each other in this world we're living in. Some of us chose to follow God, and that's the only difference. And that's a path that I'm working on. So before y'all think I'm on here just trying to be super Christian, I'm not, because I sin every day. I speak my mind every day. I do what I please, and I know that I need to do better. Period. So before anybody gets on here talking about, oh, bro, it's just on Facebook talking about such and such, the people that know me know that. I had to get that out the way. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to my musical selection, as far as Christian artists goes, I'm pretty much just listening to Bizzle. I listen to a lot of old Lecrae, but notice I said a lot of old Lecrae. It's a lot of artists I dip in and out of. Like as far as the new artists, I listen to What Up RG, and if please y'all forgive me if I butcher this young man's name because I love his music. It's Joey Vantes. If I said that right, please let me know. If I didn't, somebody teach me how to say it. But like, he's got a lot of good songs, man. I love Brown Boy. I love Music to Drown To. I love Different. I love Lisa Frank. His music, it's a vibe, bro. Some music is it just feeds you in every way. And I love his music. I enjoy his music. But as far as deep messages and just, man, you can rock it at the same time. On the Christian side, most of the time it's Bizzle. I mean, I listen to Bizzle. Yeah, he's one of my main artists. Like, I don't really consider him like when we having the conversation, what's my favorite Christian artist? What's my favorite secular artist? My favorite artist, period, in my top 3 is Bizzle. I mean, I just feel like he's the greatest. A lot of people gonna disagree with that. What I'm listening to on the secular side, quote unquote, man, like a lot of people gonna not like what I'm about to say, but it is what it is. I listen to Sauce Walker because if you really listen to Sauce Walker, and that man's deep, he has really a real message. He's really talking on that microphone. He's really walking that microphone down with something more than what most of these rappers got to talk about. I'll be honest with y'all, and this is not dissing nobody. I'm not into the little babies. I'm not into Gunna, Young Thug, and all that. Let's get this clear though. Young Thug can rap. I will say that. I will be honest. Like Young Thug really can rap. Like aside from all that singing and all them sound effects and stuff, like that man can really rap. Like he really has bars, and I really enjoy listening to him. Uh, on certain songs, just like his delivery is kind of crazy, and I like that about him. But back to what I was saying, I listen to a lot of Lido. I listen to a lot of Don Tripp. One of my favorite rappers is Propane. Uh, man, Big Crit. Uh, I listen to rappers that have a lot to say. Toby Nwigwe. And if I'm talking about female rappers, his wife Fat is in my top 2. Of the newer rappers, his wife Fat is in my top 2. You ask me who my number 1 female rapper is right now, I don't care what she's going through, is Young and May. period. And y'all go on, and for those of you who are critiquing and feeling a certain way, I mean, there's really no contest. There's really no contest. I know I'm from Tennessee, and I'm supposed to be feeling this way. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not a Glorilla fan. If I'm going to have somebody that I listen to from Tennessee, and there's nothing against Glorilla, that's not my type of music. But she's very successful, and I respect what she does. Uh, man, look, AR the Mermaid. One, she's young, and in the new era of what they doing with the music now, I mean, she's really killing them. I don't agree with everything and how she moved, but I'm not God. I'm not her record label. I'm not her fans. I'm definitely not her fans. But she is very talented. If you've seen her on Famous Animal, if you just see her on TikTok, like she's really rapping. She's really getting in there rapping her own music. And you know, I feel like as somebody that's a fan of music from Tennessee, like she really represents Memphis well. Uh, I've kind of got off subject, so I'm probably gonna have to rename the title of this. But I really just feel like when it comes to Christian music, it comes to secular music, like I said, there's a blurred line. Uh, a lot of Christian artists have let me down in a sense of fitting in with the streets. The object of the streets, when you really from the streets, is to get away from the streets. And there's so many artists that I see trying to fit in the category of a street nigga. Like, first of all, real street nigga doesn't have to have affirmation that he's a real street nigga. A dope boy doesn't have to have affirmation that he's a dope boy. You know, a pimp, a player, a Mac, anything in that area definitely doesn't have to have affirmations of who they are. Uh, a rapper that's a stripper doesn't have to have an affirmation of who she is. The object of that life, coming from the underworld, coming from anything in that zone, is to get away from it. And it seems like it's so many artists, especially from the Christian world, that's supposed to be of a godly perspective, that's trying to, I don't know, wiggle their way into that lifestyle. Like, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that because that's not what I'm listening to you for. That's not what these people are listening to you for. The object of the music is for you to reflect on your life, to give people something to say, man, I'm going through that or I'm being through that. And if God has did that for them, he can do it for me. And the sad part about what I'm saying is, these days, you get more of that out of the secular artists. That's why I say when I listen to music, I listen to particular artists. At all times, you have to watch what you feed yourself. Because if you don't, then you can be a victim of your own words that come out your mouth from singing these songs. Like, life and death are the power of the tongue. The Bible says it, and it's very real. And I seen a TikTok on it today where a guy was talking about how you have to watch the songs you sing from these artists. You have to watch what you listen to because you can find yourself just constantly, even me, man, I'll hear a song I like, and I'll run that mug into the ground. And the next thing you know, I'll just continue to be singing it and hearing it. And I have to, I have to slow down. Like, damn, bro, might be moving a little different when I'm thinking of this music. And, we listen to music to get our day started. We listen to music to end our night. We listen to music for all these things. We do. So, like, we have to watch what we put in ourselves. And a lot of the secular artists that I listen to have a better message than some of the Christian artists I listen to. Like, I'm not naming names as I'm on this subject at the moment because that's not what I came to do. Is pinpoint and point out and call out, because that's not what I'm about on this. I just want to just highlight a few things as far as if I'm making a song and I'm whether it's to uplift somebody or discuss current situations or anything, if it's of God, if it's of life, then it need to reflect on God or life, if not both. And so many of these songs are doing the complete opposites. And I'm trying to be respectful to the artist and respect for the people's music craft. So if it sounds like I'm repeating myself, please forgive me. I'm just trying, as I'm doing this live, because it's not scripted, to watch the words and phrases I use, because I don't want anything to be misconstrued or anybody in any field to feel like, well, dang, he dissing us. This nigga just ain't here just dragging us through the mud, because that's not what I'm here to do. But I just feel like you hear it so much, like, am I listening to this guy or am I listening to the homeboy that done sold 300,000 albums independently where he from, because he got a buzz, because he really living like that? And the person that I'm listening to shouldn't be sounding like him unless he's that guy. And the problem is, so many of these artists that's of God or supposed to be of God sound too much like these guys and have never seen a bus stop on a ghetto corner, have never served a pack, have never robbed nobody. A lot of these women have never had this strip, have never dealt with selling their body, but they rap about it. They put it in their music. Like, it makes no sense. I'm a firm believer that a lot of these kids that's 13 and 14 that's coming out now that's rapping, I'm a firm believer that they've never lived their life, but they seen the little 11 or 12 and 13-year-old kid that really came from their life, who was really out there selling drugs at 10, 11 years old, shooting pistols and robbing niggas. And they making music and saying, dang, I can get my kid to rap like that. We gonna come up. But you don't understand, like, these people are rapping their real life. These men and women are rapping their real life. And I'm saying this for the ones that's making music to get away from it, not to glorify it. And then you come along and you got your nephew and your son and your baby brother rapping the same way, and it's not genuine. And you're rapping it because it sounds good, not realizing what you're attracting. And that's where the lines get blurred, because look at how many people we have lost that really live like that. Whether, and when I say that, it doesn't matter what they was presenting in their music, because a lot of them, and I will say this, like, Dolph got a lot of flack after he was killed because so many people what is he doing? Where he from? Yada yada yada. And there's like a foul statement because so many people, when they make them statements, they show their self-worth and they show their character, because this man felt like he could go back where he's from because he was giving back to where he was from, putting into his community and to his people that was with him from the jump, that never gave up on them, and in return he never gave up on his people. But you have these people that soon as they get, if they hit the scratch off for $100,000, they gonna forget about it, everything they love and everybody they know, and be broke 3 months later. So it's just, the music is more than music now. And I mean, honestly, music has been more than music. And we have to find balance. We have to have a common ground. And being that I'm from Tennessee and I'm from the South, I feel like it is definitely up to us, because the South is an influential region. And I feel like this. And people gonna have their own opinion. I feel like Tennessee and Texas are the most copied as far as the music go. And people are taking, whether it's good or bad, the culture of what goes on in these two states, in the different cities in these states, and exploiting it. I believe the powers that be are exploiting it for unjust gain, while these people are really fighting what goes on in their culture. You see what I'm saying? I hope I made sense when I said it, because I'm trying my best to keep it positive. So I mean, I really can't understand why the things work like that. I'm not these record company execs, and if I ever have a chance to be on that level, I probably wouldn't sign with these record companies, like a lot of people don't, because they're here to destroy us. And that's what's wrong with the music. And people are so quick to take a dollar. People are so quick to jump in. Ooh, let me get these M's. Social media feeds it to us every day. You know, that's why you see so many people in the music culture presenting us with what's going on in that's new. Scamming has took over the music industry, as far as young people really rapping about scamming. And I'm not saying, okay, they're trash because they scam, but the music industry is taking it and saying, hey, we finna give you $3 million to rap about scamming. So many people gonna listen to this guy rap about scamming, gonna get into scamming and go to jail. And the same people that own these record companies own these private prisons. So if this man with this record deal that they gave all this money to don't sell, they still making money off all these people that got put in prison off this man's music. Does that make sense to y'all? So this is just a moment to reflect and discuss with y'all just the state of music. The state of music. So with that, I feel like as an artist, as a producer, uh, whatever you want to call it, like I've worked with different people that make different music. And do I have my favorites? Yes. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I just always listen to the most positive music, because I don't. Because as the next person, I listen to music according to what mood I'm in. I'm quick to listen to some Migos. I'm quick to listen to, I don't know. I like Wap Beezy. A lot of y'all might not know who he is. A lot of people do know who he is. But like, I'm also a DJ. So I'm pretty much hip to all the club music, all the songs that make people want to move. And like, so to find balance is hard because, I mean, we're not supposed to be conformed to this world, but we're in the world. So you can't allow certain things to become part of your life. Uh, I'm human, and like I said in the comments, y'all leave whatever y'all want because it helps me. If y'all have uh, any information that can be helpful to me, any advice, Bible verses, whatever. This is what this platform is for, man. And this is just it's my first podcast, so I decided to do a rant. You know what I'm saying? So y'all feel free to speak however y'all want. Leave your information. Thank you for rocking with me. It's your boy, the Frederick TV. This is Reverse the Culture TV. And we got a rant. We out.